Welcome to Lesson 2 of the 7-Day Solid Muscle School video class. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance of mixing up your workout routine to not only induce a higher growth response from your muscles, but also to accelerate the growth process. If you have your textbook, go ahead and get it pulled up. If not, get out some paper and something to write with so you can jot down some notes. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is kind of the reasoning behind this idea of changing your workout routine and alternating your lifting schedule. And basically, it all boils down to your body's natural response to change. In this case, that response would be your muscle adapting to a new workout routine by growing and getting stronger. You see, when introduced to new variables like performing a different amount of sets or a different combination of exercises or even switching up the days you train certain muscle groups, your body's natural response is to adapt to those changes, and that adaptation leads to bigger, stronger muscles. To better illustrate this, let's think about the biological process of microevolution. Think about how many different species of animals and organisms exist on this planet, and also how many different types of regions there are that these organisms live in. If each animal were to all, try to survive the same way in these different habitats or different climates, many would surely die. And imagine a polar bear trying to survive in the Sahara Desert. Probably not going to happen, right? Well, that's why so many species have micro-evolved or adapted to meet the needs of surviving in their specific habitats. And each new generation of that species is getting more refined and more likely to survive and thrive in these different regions. Now, your muscle works in a similar manner. When introduced to new workout variations, it automatically knows that it needs to adapt in order to survive. And based on the physiology of your muscle fibers, this adaptation leads to growth and strength. Okay, I know that got a bit scientific there, and I hope I didn't lose you. So let's just take a look a little more specifically at the topic of changing up your workout routines. When first starting out, the only way to make your muscles stronger and bigger is to fire them up through exercise, right? Based on these principles we just talked about, it's not so much that exercise that makes your muscles grow, although obviously exercise is very crucial. It's that the change from doing nothing, probably, maybe sitting on the couch with Cheetos and watching Seinfeld or something, but it's the change, from doing nothing to forcing your muscles to work that causes them to respond with growth and strength. Now, if you keep doing the same workout over and over again without making any changes, your body is going to kind of just get bored, and it's going to gradually lower its response rate to exercise, and your gains will drastically fall off, if not stop altogether. Why? It's pretty simple. Your muscles have gotten used to what you're subjecting them to, and they don't feel it necessary to keep responding with growth and strength. Now, as I said before, your muscles will react to change by expanding the muscle fibers and increasing the strength. If you remember from Lesson 1, we briefly talked about the importance of not overtraining and taking a few days off after 4 to 8 weeks of consistent training. Well, with that in mind, after that rest period is really the perfect time to switch up your routine. So let's say you do a 4-week program of lifting really heavy weight for a high amount of sets per exercise with a low amount of reps per set. Well, at the end of that 4-week program, you can take 4 to 7 days off and then get back in the gym doing a program focused more on using a little bit lighter weight, decreasing the amount of sets per exercise, and increasing the amount of reps per set. Now, obviously, this is just one example, and over the past 4 or 5 years, I've come up with a crazy amount of techniques for switching up my workouts. So you can really get creative. The combinations are practically endless, So basically, you know that reaching a plateau or stalling point in a certain muscle group is a good sign that it's time to switch it up. For example, you may be trying to improve your bench press, and you've been benching for about a month and have seen, a nice steady increase in the amount of weight you can lift. And during the next week or so, you begin to notice that you just can't seem to increase the amount of weight you're benching, and maybe even starting to go down in weight. This is a clear sign that it is time for a change in that routine. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of the effectiveness and importance of having a systematic plan to switch up your workout routines. And it's funny I say systematic plan when we're talking about adding variety and change and stuff, but it's really kind of a method to madness type of thing. So that includes your second lesson. Class is dismissed. Remember to check your email tomorrow for lesson 3. In that lesson, we're going to be talking about how to eat anabolic meals that will help you ignite your muscle growth. Also, just want to let you know the textbook is still available for $17. If you think you'd like that for this course, to refer back to when the class is over, there should be a link or add to cart button under this video to get that copy. So, good job. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.